everyone. Welcome back to GoSpeakly English Podcast. I'm so excited you're here with us today. This is Sophie, your main host, and I've been teaching English for the past 8 years, helping people just like you speak confidently in real-life situations.
And I'm Daniel. Hey guys, great to have you all here again. You know what? Today's episode is going to be super fun because we're talking about something we all love, coffee.
Exactly. Coffee and conversations, right? So today we're diving into a topic that might seem simple, but trust me, it can feel a little intimidating if you're not used to it. We're talking about how to talk in cafes and coffee shops like a regular customer.
Oh man, I remember the first time I walked into a fancy coffee shop. I had no idea what to say. I just pointed at the menu and hoped for the best.
I think we've all been there, Daniel. But here's the thing. Once you know the right phrases, the right way to order, and how to have those little friendly chats with the barista, it becomes so easy and actually really enjoyable.
Absolutely. And you know what's cool? Coffee shops are amazing places to practice your English because the conversations are short, casual, and people are usually really friendly.
Exactly. So whether you're ordering your morning latte, asking for recommendations, or just making small talk while you wait, we're going to cover everything today.
And if you're new to GoSpeakly English Podcast, welcome. We upload daily episodes to help you improve your English in practical, real-world situations. No boring grammar lessons here, just real conversations you can use right away.
That's right. And hey, if you're enjoying this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We really appreciate your support, and it helps us keep creating content that you love.
Yeah, your support means the world to us. Okay, Sophie, let's get into this because I'm already craving a cappuccino just thinking about it.
Same here. All right, everyone, let's jump right in. We've divided today's episode into 2 parts to make it super easy to follow. Part 1 is all about ordering your coffee confidently, and Part 2 covers how to have those natural, friendly conversations in the cafe.
Perfect. Let's start with Part 1.
Okay, so let's talk about the moment you walk into a coffee shop, you see the menu, there's so many options, and suddenly you're thinking, wait, what do I say? How do I start?
Yeah, that menu can be overwhelming, especially when you see words like macchiato, affogato, flat white. I mean, what even is a flat white?
Right? But here's the good news. You don't need to know every single coffee type to sound confident. You just need a few simple phrases to get started.
So, what's the first thing you should say when you walk up to the counter?
Great question. The simplest and most natural way to start is just with a friendly greeting. You can say, "Hi, how are you?" Or, "Hey, good morning."
And you know what? The barista will usually respond with something like, "I'm good, thanks. What can I get for you today?"
Exactly. So right there, you've already started the conversation in a warm, friendly way. Now comes the actual ordering part.
Okay, so let's say I want a regular coffee. What do I say?
Super simple. You can say, "Can I get a medium coffee, please?" Or, "I'll have a large cappuccino, please."
Oh, so I can use can I get or I'll have?
Yes, both are perfectly natural. "Can I get" is very common in cafes, and "I'll have" is also great. Some people even say, "Could I have a small latte, please?" It's all good.
Nice. And what about the sizes? Because some places say small, medium, large, and others say tall, grande, venti.
Yes, that can be confusing. So here's the thing. If you're at a regular local cafe, you'll usually hear small, medium, and large. But if you're at a big chain like Starbucks, they use their own sizing system.
Right, so at Starbucks, tall is actually the small size, grande is medium, and venti is large.
Exactly. But honestly, if you're not sure, you can just say small, medium, or large, and they'll understand. Or you can even ask, what sizes do you have?
Oh, that's a good one. Just asking directly.
Yeah. Don't be shy about asking questions. Baristas are used to it, and they're happy to help. You can say, what sizes do you have? Or what do you recommend?
I love that. What do you recommend? That's such a natural question.
It really is, and it opens up a nice little conversation, too. The barista might say, oh, are caramel lattes really popular? Or, if you like strong coffee, try the espresso.
So it's not just about ordering, it's also about engaging a little bit.
Exactly, and that makes the whole experience more enjoyable. Now, let's talk about customizing your order, because that's where people sometimes get nervous.
Yeah, like asking for extra milk or no sugar or whatever.
Right. So if you want to customize, you can say things like, can I get that with almond milk? Or could I have extra foam, please?
And if you want less sugar,
You can say, can I get that with less sugar? Or no sugar, please. Some people also say, make it half sweet, which means less syrup.
oh, that's useful. So you can really personalize it however you want.
Absolutely. And here's another common one, iced or hot. If you want your drink cold, just say, can I get an iced latte instead of a hot one?
Easy. And what if I want to add something extra, like a flavor shot?
Great question. You can say, can I add a shot of vanilla? Or could I get that with caramel syrup?
Nice. So the key is just being clear about what you want.
Exactly. And don't worry about sounding perfect. Even if you say it a little differently, they'll understand. The important thing is communicating your preference.
True. Now, what about when they ask you questions? Like sometimes the barista will ask, for here or to go?
Yes, that's super common. For here means you're staying in the cafe to drink it there, and to go means you're taking it with you.
So I can just say, for here, please, or to go, thanks.
Perfect. And sometimes they might ask, room for cream? Which means, do you want them to leave some space in your cup so you can add cream or milk yourself?
Oh, I didn't know that. So I can say, yes, please, or no, that's okay.
Exactly. And another question you might hear is, would you like whipped cream on top?
Always yes for me.
Same. But you can say yes, please, or no, thank you, depending on your preference.
All right, so we've covered ordering, customizing, answering their questions. What about paying?
Good point. So when it's time to pay, the barista will usually say, that'll be $4.50, or whatever the price is.
And I can just hand them my card or cash and say, here you go.
Yep. Or you can say, can I pay with card if you're not sure they accept cards? Most places do nowadays, but it's always good to check.
And what about tipping? Because I know in some countries, tipping is expected.
That's true. In places like the United States, tipping is pretty common. You'll usually see a tip jar on the counter, or if you're paying with card, there might be an option to add a tip.
So I can just drop some change in the jar or add $1 or $2 when I'm paying?
Exactly. It's totally optional, but it's a nice gesture, especially if the service was great.
Got it. Now, after I pay, what happens next?
Usually, the barista will say, we'll call your name when it's ready, or it'll be ready at the end of the counter.
So I just wait for them to call my name?
Yep. And here's a fun tip. Sometimes they might not hear your name correctly, so if you have a complicated name, you can just give them a simple nickname. Like, if your name is difficult to pronounce, you can just say, it's under Sam, or whatever easy name you want.
That's smart. I've seen people do that.
Yeah, it just makes things easier. And when they call your name, you can say, thank you so much, or thanks, have a great day.
Simple and polite.
Exactly. So let me quickly recap part 1 for everyone listening. When you walk in, greet them warmly, use phrases like, can I get, or I'll have to order. Customize your drink by asking for different milk, flavors, or sweetness levels. Answer their questions about size, for here or to go, and any add-ons. Pay, tip if you want, and wait for your order.
And don't stress about being perfect. Just be friendly and clear.
Absolutely. Now, let's move on to part 2, which is all about having those natural conversations in the cafe.
All right, part 2. This is where things get really fun because we're talking about the little chats and interactions that happen in a coffee shop.
Yes, and this is where you can really practice your English in a low-pressure, friendly environment.
So let's say I've ordered my coffee and I'm waiting for it. What kind of conversations can I have?
Well, the most common one is small talk with the barista. While you're waiting, or even while they're making your drink, you can make a little comment or ask a question.
Like what?
For example, if the cafe is busy, you could say, "Wow, it's really busy today." And the barista might respond, "Yeah, it's been crazy since this morning."
Oh, so just making an observation about the situation.
Exactly. Or if the weather is nice, you could say, "Beautiful day outside, isn't it?"
And that's just a friendly comment, nothing complicated.
Right. And the barista will usually respond warmly because they appreciate when customers are friendly. It makes their day better too.
That's a good point. So it's not just about us practicing English, it's also about being a nice customer.
Exactly. And here's another one. Compliments. If you really like the coffee or the atmosphere, tell them.
Like, this place is so cozy or something.
Perfect. You could say, "I love the vibe here," or "Your coffee is amazing," or "This is the best latte I've had in a while."
And I bet they appreciate hearing that.
Oh, they definitely do. And it opens up more conversation too. They might say, "Oh, thank you. Have you tried our new seasonal drink?"
So then you can ask about that. Like, no, what's in it?
Exactly. And now you're having a real conversation. You're not just ordering, you're engaging.
I like that. So what about asking for recommendations? You mentioned that earlier.
Yes, asking for recommendations is such a great way to start a conversation. You can say, "What's your favorite drink here?" Or "What do you recommend for someone who likes sweet coffee?"
And they'll probably give you a suggestion and explain why they like it.
Exactly. And you can follow up with, "That sounds good. I'll try that next time." Or, "Okay, I'll give it a shot today."
Nice. So you're showing interest in their opinion.
Yes, and people love sharing their favorites. It makes the interaction feel more personal and friendly.
What about when you're a regular at a cafe? Like you go there every day or every week?
Oh, that's even better. When you become a regular, the baristas start to recognize you and the conversations become more natural and familiar.
So they might remember your order?
Exactly. They might say, "The usual today?" And you can say, "Yes, please." Or, "Actually, I'm trying something different today."
That's cool. It feels like you're part of the cafe family.
It really does. And you can ask them questions about their day too. Like, "How's your day going?" Or, "Busy shift today?"
So it becomes more like chatting with a friend.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of coffee shops. They're social spaces where these little connections happen.
What about talking to other customers? Is that common?
It definitely can be, especially if you're sitting near someone or if you're both waiting for your orders. You can make a casual comment like, "The line is long today," or "Have you been here before?"
Oh, so just starting with something simple.
Yeah, and if they respond positively, you can continue chatting. If they seem busy or not interested, that's totally fine too. You just keep it light.
What if someone asks me a question like, do you know if they have Wi-Fi here?
You can say, "I'm not sure," but you could ask the barista. Or if you know, you can say, "Yes, I think the password is on the wall over there."
So just being helpful.
Exactly. And these little interactions are great for practicing English because they're spontaneous and real.
True. Now, what about when you're sitting in the cafe and working or reading? Should you talk to people then?
That's a good question. It really depends on the vibe. If someone has headphones on or looks focused, they probably don't want to be disturbed. But if you make eye contact and someone smiles, that's usually an open invitation for a quick chat.
So just reading the situation.
Exactly. And if you want to be left alone, you can just put in headphones or focus on your laptop, and people will usually respect that.
Fair enough. What about when you're leaving? Should you say anything?
Absolutely. When you're leaving, it's nice to say goodbye. You can say, "Thanks, have a great day," or "See you next time."
And if they helped you or made a great coffee, you can thank them specifically.
Yes. You can say, "Thanks so much. The coffee was perfect." Or, "I really appreciate it. Have a good one."
Simple but friendly.
Exactly. And if you're a regular, you might even say, "See you tomorrow," which shows you'll be back.
Haha, yeah, that's nice. It builds that connection.
It really does. Now, let me give you a few more useful phrases that you might hear or use in a coffee shop.
Okay, I'm ready.
If the cafe is out of something, they might say, "Sorry, we're out of oat milk today." And you can respond with, "No problem, I'll have almond milk instead."
Got it. What if I want to change my order after I've already ordered?
You can say, "Actually, can I change that to an iced coffee?" Most of the time, if they haven't started making it yet, they'll say, "Sure, no problem."
And what if I'm not sure how to pronounce something on the menu?
Just point and say, "Can I get this one?" Or you can try your best to say it and they'll understand. You can even say, "How do you pronounce this?" And they'll help you.
That takes the pressure off.
Exactly. Don't be embarrassed. Everyone's learning, and baristas are super understanding.
What about if my drink isn't made the way I wanted?
You can politely say, "Excuse me, I asked for this with no sugar, but I think there might be sugar in it." They'll usually remake it for you right away.
So just be polite and clear.
Yes, always polite. You can say, "I'm sorry to bother you, but," and they'll appreciate your kindness.
All right, Sophie, let's do a quick role play so everyone can hear how this sounds in action.
Great idea. Okay, you be the customer, and I'll be the barista.
Perfect. Here we go. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks. Can I get a medium caramel latte, please?
Sure. Would you like that hot or iced?
Iced, please.
Sounds good. Any preference on the milk?
What do you recommend?
Oat milk is really popular with the caramel latte. It makes it extra creamy.
Oh, nice. I'll try that. Oat milk, please.
Perfect. For here or to go?
To go, thanks.
Great. That'll be $5.20.
Here you go. Oh, and this place looks amazing, by the way. Love the vibe.
Aw, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We'll call your name when it's ready.
Awesome, thanks.
And scene. See how natural that was?
Yeah, it flowed really well. Just friendly, clear, and no stress.
Exactly. And that's what we want you to feel when you're in a coffee shop. It's not a test, it's just a nice moment in your day.
So true. And the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Absolutely. All right, let me summarize part 2 for everyone. Small talk is your friend. Comment on the weather, the vibe, or how busy it is. Compliment the coffee or the cafe if you like it. Ask for recommendations to start conversations. Be friendly with baristas and other customers. When you leave, say goodbye and thank them. And remember, coffee shops are relaxed social spaces, so enjoy yourself.
Perfect summary. And honestly, this is one of the most fun ways to practice English because you get a delicious coffee out of it too.
Exactly. It's a win-win situation.
All right, everyone. We hope this episode gave you the confidence to walk into any cafe and have a great experience. Whether you're ordering a simple black coffee or a complicated drink with 5 customizations, you've got this.
You really do. And remember, the baristas are there to help you, so don't be afraid to ask questions, make requests, or just have a friendly chat.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who's learning English. It really helps us out.
Yes, thank you so much for your support. We love creating these episodes for you, and we read all your comments, so let us know what topics you want us to cover next.
Exactly. And hey, go grab yourself a coffee after this and practice what you've learned.
Yes, make it a fun challenge. This has been GoSpeakly English Podcast. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Daniel. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone, and happy coffee ordering.
Bye!
Bye!